everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we are building a snowy cabin up in the mountains. And before anyone yells at me and tells me it's autumn, I am very much aware of that. But we did have our first snow of the year already where I live, and with the announcement of the mountain biome update from Minecon, I got really inspired, so I wanted to build a cabin covered in snow that felt really cozy and warm. So that's what we're working on today. Alright, so let's actually take a look at the build, shall we? I did not have a very solid plan of what this structure was going to look like when I started building. Honestly, I knew what I wanted the atmosphere to feel like more than I knew what I wanted the log cabin to look like. The most I planned out for this was log cabin nestled up into the mountains. Originally, I was going to do more of an actual traditional log cabin with the logs as the walls, but that was turning out horrible, and so I decided not to include that in the video to save you guys from having to watch that disaster unfold. But you can definitely see that I didn't have a plan. There's lots of me going back and changing things or fixing things, adding windows, removing windows, changing the roof and everything, so definitely a very impromptu build. On top of that, it was also my first time trying to make my own terrain. I used VoxelSniper to make the mountains that the cabin's actually tucked up against, and then pasted those mountains into this world and tried to blend them into the terrain as best as I could. They're not perfect, and I am very much aware of that, but it was my first time ever trying to make my own terrain, so please be gentle with me. I know I have room for improvement, but I know I can get there too. So, back to the cabin. I wanted this cabin to feel really strong. Like, it could withstand the harshest of winter storms and still be standing without a problem. So I used dark oak logs as the outline, and I think I probably used more of them than strictly speaking necessary, but I wanted to give that cabin the strong feeling like I was saying, so I don't feel too bad about it, and I think they really add to the overall look. As for the details on the rest of the house, I wanted to keep things pretty straightforward, and I wanted them to all kind of add to that collective feeling of strength that the house had. So the roof is really simple. It just has a little bit of an outcropping on the front and back with a log and some detailing along the top just to keep things visually interesting. And then on the sides of the house, I added some low maintenance details because honestly, the family that lives here isn't going to have time to keep up flower boxes or anything like that. So I wanted to make it look like this was a very functional house. And I wanted to make all of the details kind of reflect that and accentuate those support beams, if that makes sense. I also wanted to apologize just a little bit. I know that the back of the house shots are a little tight, and there's not much I could do about that with it being so close to the mountain, so I do apologize for that, and I'll definitely keep that in mind in the future. So it looks like I am just putting on the finishing touches here. We have a chimney. Obviously, you can't live up in the mountains and not have a very good fireplace. At this point, I did get a little bored and mess around with the lighting a little bit just for the cinematic shots. Sorry if that threw you off at all. But I'm just putting on the final two structures on this house, a simple covered section on the right for their firewood and a storage shed on the left just for anything they might need to store outdoors. Alright, so with that, I will leave you guys to watch the rest of the time lapse, and I will see you shortly in the walkthrough. everybody! Welcome to the walkthrough portion of the video. I am so excited that you could make it. Looks like night has fallen on our cozy little cabin, and so has some snow. So let's go take a look inside. Alright, so if you walk up here, just off to the left, we have a nice little tiny frozen pond. Nothing super impressive, but maybe they can get some ice fishing or some skating done on there. I also filled out the area with some trees. I made them myself. I'm not a huge fan of the Minecraft vanilla trees, so we have a couple small ones and some big ones and some medium ones thrown in, just to make things look a bit more alive. Even though it is winter, there's still life around. Off to the left, we have their little storage center. It's probably just got food and a couple other essentials that don't need to be kept warm. And then over off to the other side of the house, we have the, what is it, woodshed? Is that the word? Yeah, woodshed. Where we have an axe and a chopping block and plenty of logs for our little family for the winter. All right, so let's head inside really quick. Alrighty. Close that so we don't let in a draft. And here is the house. Off to the right here, we have the little table where they sit, eat dinner, maybe read a book, play some games. Have a little table with a map, a little flower, probably the only one in quite a ways. And in front of the fire, we have a cozy little couch and some decorations just to make the place feel more at home. Over here we have their kitchen, some smokers, some fish hanging up to dry, and some cabinets, as well as whatever is getting cooked for tonight's dinner, it looks like. Some more storage and some bookshelves, as long winters tend to be very, very boring if you don't get to go out very much. So I didn't want to make a full second story, so let's head up and see what the loft looks like. We have a bit more storage, just for the stuff that does need to stay warm. And then if you head back this way, we have the kids' room. Nothing super big, but they have the rest of the house to play in, so it's not too big of a deal. And I know it looks creepy, but I was going for a doll or a teddy bear or something with that totem of life, but maybe we'll just take that down. That doesn't need to be there. If we head back downstairs and through this last door, we'll find the main bedroom. Got a double bed here, some nightstands, and a, oh my goodness, what is this? This is a desk, and a desk for whenever somebody has to do some work and needs some peace and quiet from out there. This could also be a nice coat rack since it does look pretty chilly outside. Alright, and that is my little cabin. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye!